welcome to Rock Doc Trucker TV. Today we got, go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Richard Cante.
Richard Cante.
Out of the New York City area.
New York City, okay. What part of New York City?
Queens.
Queens, okay, cool. So, thank you, first off, I want to say thank you for taking the time to actually sit down, do this interview with me. You being from New York City, how long have you been a truck driver?
Oh, well, I've been about 10 years.
Okay.
Well, maybe less. Yeah, I'd say 10 years because I started out doing like drive away. Like I drove like if somebody needs their truck recovered or whatever, like it's here in Ohio and needs to be brought to Tennessee. The company, Auto Drive Away or Bennett or somebody will come and take that truck from Ohio to Tennessee.
Okay.
Or the city bus went from the manufacturer or whatever.
Okay.
Or another car. It could be a trailer. It could be machinery. Whatever. I worked for a company like that for a couple of years. That's how I got into expediting.
Okay.
I met somebody at a Waffle House in North Carolina. He talked about expediting, and I was always under the impression you had to have your own truck. So he said, "Well, there's fleet owners that own multiple trucks that you could work for." So I got on with a company which is right here in Lodale or near Lodi, Seville, Ohio.
Okay.
And I started with them. I got lucky to have a good fleet owner. He had 30 trucks. And I worked with him a couple of years, but then he kind of went out of business because he tried to get on his own and do his own expediting, but it didn't work out. This was 10 years ago.
Okay.
I don't know, 10 years ago, 5-6 years ago, maybe something like that.
Okay.
But then I worked for another company and an expediting company, and then you have bad fleet owners. People have 1 or 2 trucks and either don't care or just don't care about maintenance. Or
so my question to you is what we all have our reasons why we get into truck driving. What kind of guided you into the trucking industry? What brought your attention? Because to me, I grew up around it. I always wanted to be in the big truck. So what about you, man?
Well, being from the city, I just liked going around the country, being in the country. I used to rent cars and just drive around, to the Midwest, and I liked, doing that. So that's how I kind of got into it. That's how I got into the drive-away part. And I just like being out in the country, getting away from the city, and going to small villages and towns, and
So, what? Prior to becoming what was your career prior to a truck driver?
Doing messenger work, in the city, in New York City, just courier, van courier, local stuff.
So, I know one of the biggest things for most truck drivers is going to California, going to New York City. How is it for you being from New York City, navigating through the city? Because New York City is such a big city.
Yeah, and it's very compact and being, I know. I mean, I've taken the box truck. I drive a box truck now. I've had the Class A tractor trailer license, but I just rather drive a box truck because it's easy to maneuver. It's easy to back up, and once I finished the training with the tractor trailer, I just said, I don't know if I want to do this, and that's how I got into the expediting. That's how I got into the drive-away, because I had the tractor trailer license, but I just drove the regular straight trucks.
So is that what you drive right now? Is it straight trucks?
Yeah.
Okay, so my question to you is that you've driven tractor trailer, you've driven the box trucks. What would you tell somebody who's barely getting into the business, or even somebody who's been in the business that doesn't go to New York City as often? How would you tell them to navigate through New York City? Because I have yet to interview somebody from New York City, and I really appreciate you actually answering these questions because, I've been to New York City only twice.
With a tractor trailer.
With a tractor trailer,
That's hard, because with a box truck, it's a little bit easier, but it's still, you gotta, you go down, you can only go down certain streets. You can only turn, if you're in Manhattan, you can only go down Broadway, you can only go down, you can only cross the streets 34th or 42nd, the main streets, because sometimes you have cars that are double parked and you can't squeeze through like a van can, and that's,
Okay.
And then you have to be careful, because I see a lot of big rigs in New York City, and they go slow and they take their time, and
So can you tell me an experience that you've had personally, or something that you've seen a trucker go through while he's trying to maneuver through New York City that would um, just an experience that you've seen that
I've seen. Yes, I have actually
okay.
recently. I was home a couple months ago. A tractor trailer was on Park Avenue. He was trying to make a left turn, no, a right turn,
Uh-huh.
a right turn. There was a double parked truck, box truck, a local box truck. There, he couldn't make the swing, and he was team. So the other guy ran out and tried to get the food service truck, to move forward so that he could make finish the turn.
Yeah.
So I seen that. Stupid. I wasn't like I didn't have my radio, and I could talk to them. And
Okay. And what is the best experience you've had out here so far?
the best experience I've had ahead, just going. I'll never forget last year. I think it was year. Well, I was driving in the winter. I don't like driving in the winter, but I did it. But the rates were so good. I was making good money, and running from here to Texas, and you know,
So, have you ever encountered any situations with other drivers that kind of made you a little bit? How do I want to kind of just walk away from the industry? Is it something?
Not really. You mean like no, not really. I
Okay.
mean, there are no annoying things about trucking, whether it's a box truck or a trailer. Some people just don't like having to go to public showers, having to, it's Friday night here and I'm at a truck stop. What do you do?
Yeah.
The boredom. I just had a load cancel. I just came from Akron.
Okay.
Supposed to go to Michigan tonight, but the load canceled.
Okay.
So now I'm here. Deadheading here. It's 20 miles.
So let's say, for example, somebody's driving a tractor trailer. They want to get into the box truck. Do you guys follow the same regulations?
Well, actually, yeah, they follow the same way because my truck's 33,000 pounds, or 20,000 pounds empty. But our company does have tractor trailers as well. They have flatbeds.
Okay.
So,
do you guys have like a Qualcomm? Do you still have to go hours?
Still have to. We have the hours of service. We still have to follow the 11-hour driving and the 14-hour.
Okay. You said you drive a day cab.
It's not a day cab. It's a tractor trailer.
Oh, it's like a tractor trailer.
No, it's not a tractor trailer. It's like the cab of a tractor trailer, but with a box.
I see what you're saying. I mean,
if you want, I could show it to you.
Yeah. So my next question is that being truck drivers, you recently talked about taking public showers.
Public bathrooms. It smells. What else?
So I guess my question is for a lot, I like to talk about new drivers. I also like to talk about experiences on my platform. So what can you tell a new driver coming out here, something that they should know about coming into rest stops and things to
just like anything, that they used to be like 24-hour restaurants. This used to be the Country Pride restaurants. They're taking restaurants out of truck stops now.
Yeah.
I mean, since the pandemic, even a little before the pandemic, they're taking restaurants out of. They're either turning them to IHOPs, and I like IHOP, but I like the Country Pride and the truck stop,
made it unique.
Made it unique, but they're just taking them out now, and they're closing at like 11 o'clock. They only work 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. now. They used to be 24 hours.
Yeah. There was a lady I had on my platform. She had been doing it for 30 years, and she said that they actually used to have restaurants solely for truck drivers. That it was separate from people coming in just trying to eat. So
that was before my time.
In New York, what's it like for a trucker out of New York, though?
Out of New York City,
because I guess my question is, New York City is so expensive to live in.
I mean
do they match the same pay rate?
No, it's not. No, that's the good thing about trucking. You can live wherever. I mean, I'm lucky to live in New York City, but I could move to Montana. Well, I wouldn't move to Montana with this company because I could basically move to Detroit, which I wouldn't want to, but move to the country, wherever. Mm-hmm. It's just it's not like a company that this company, you live in New York City, we pay a little higher, but if you live in Tennessee, we'll pay you a little lower. Trucking is just a mobile job. It's, you get paid no matter what.
Well, see, because I noticed that. So I've lived in a couple places, and I noticed that if you're down south, the pay rate structure can be a
Right.
little bit different than one in the
Right. With
Midwest.
trucking, it's not like that.
So, my next question is that what do you guys, since you drive a straight truck, do you have a dispatcher at
Yeah,
all?
it's
You
the
do?
same
Same thing, same structure, everything?
same structure. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But with the expediting business, it's different because it's freight that people need just in time freight, like
Yeah.
that has to be done right away, like dock to dock delivery.
Okay.
It's, like if we were to move something from here to Illinois, it would be delivered direct, not you know it's pick up now and then
Yeah.
delivered by Monday or Sunday or whatever.
So you driving a truck, and you say you obviously get to go home more often than not, right? No?
I mean, sometimes, yeah, I go home every 3 weeks.
Okay.
I think you should go home every 3 weeks.
Every 3
Yeah, I
weeks.
need a break from the
Yeah.
road. That's
So can you talk a little bit about how important it is to keep a truck clean and make
yes.
sure
I vacuum the truck often. I have no pets. I don't smoke. I clean. They give us truck. The fleet owner that I have, they let us clean the truck. They give us truck washes every month. And I vacuum the truck. More than that. It's like $1 for the vacuum at the truck wash.
Okay.
I keep it vacuumed. I keep it clean. And I don't smoke. I don't have clutter like some of the drivers. They have clutter. Oh, I've seen a driver with clutter in the front windshield.
Yeah. So, and that's a good topic because I mean, cleanliness is very big. Sometimes we don't have the opportunity to take showers every day like we like
Yeah,
to.
I
and
take a
stuff
shower
like that.
every day. I mean, even if I have to pay for a shower, sometimes you do. I try and take one
Yeah.
every day, either every morning or every evening, or I don't just skip showers. And I know some drivers they do, smell. I mean, to put it bluntly, they do smell. I mean, it's.
Yeah, and that's understandable.
I mean, they should give commercial drivers, people with CDL should get free showers once a day. You should have like how they have
Yeah, I agree
cards.
with you. Yeah, I agree with you.
Show your card. You get one free shower per 24-hour period.
But instead, they want you to fuel before you can actually
Right.
get that opportunity. So, have you ever seen anything crazy out here, though, since you've been out here? Like, not here particularly, just in your entire trucking career. Have you ever seen anything that just kind of left you, wow, like, I can't believe this just happened?
No, not that I can think of.
Okay, and what's the worst accident that you've ever seen there that you can recall?
I mean, I've seen trucks in the ditch. I've seen, vehicles on the side of the road, with accidents.
Yeah.
I've never seen an accident firsthand. I mean, but yeah.
I understand.
I think that's why we should have CBs. I have a CB radio in my
Yeah.
truck. I think more drivers should have CB
You
radios.
should communicate more often.
Yeah,
It's
to say that there's a light out on, the truck in front of you has a light out, tell them his light is out, or tell
I
them
think
that,
a lot of the reasons nowadays nobody has them is just because there's too many people who are just not utilizing it the way it should be utilized.
Right, yeah.
We can go inside. Are you a little bit cold?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, we can do that.
My weekend truck. I was in traffic in Akron today. There was people on the radio talking about where the traffic is and what exit it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's helpful.
Yeah. No, it really is, because even when I go through some situations, I think one of the best parts is the communication aspect of
Right.
it. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, do you have any family at
No, I'm single. I'm not married or anything.
But like your family at
Oh
home?
yeah,
like
family at
brothers,
home. Yeah,
sisters?
yeah.
So with your family being at home, do they ever ask you to come and like come back, or do they miss you? Like what kind of
Like if I live alone, so I'm they live all like within the same area. So.
Okay. So is there something you want anybody, like people, to know about the trucking industry that you feel that is important?
Well, they say there's like a driver shortage. I don't know. A lot of people say there is and there isn't.
Yeah.
A lot of people maybe want to get into this, and there's like turnaround up probably because of pay and like we said, just when new drivers come in, they see that it's exciting for the first like few years, a year or two or whatever. I mean, I know it was exciting for me, but then it gets boring and repetitious, and you're going to the same regions and same truck stops, the same type of truck stops, and
Do you think some people kind of get too used to being out here to where going home just kind of feels different?
not really.
Okay. So, just last couple questions I did want to ask you is that um, you've been driving for quite a while. You've had quite a bit of experience out here. How important is to build that relationship with the company that you're working for? Because I feel that one of the things that I want to stress to a lot of the new drivers coming out here is that building that relationship with the company that you're working for, to me, is important. Building that relationship with dispatchers is important. Building that rapport. To you, how important is
I
that?
think it is important because there's a lot of relationships with people, but because when you have a fleet of like 100 trucks out there, and with a good company that with a big fleet like the big carriers, it's too many. Like one dispatcher has like 50 or 60 trucks that he has to take care of. So you enter your number in a computer, and the profile pops up. That's the way they know you. I mean, they may recognize your voice, but that's the way it is at the big companies. But where I am, they have about 100 trucks, I guess. So they kind of know you a little bit better.
Okay, and the last question I have is, because I don't want to hold you up too long. So the last question I have is,
what time does I help close?
We close at midnight.
Oh, okay, good.
One last question before you go is just, what if a lot of new truck drivers are coming out here, don't know what to expect, don't know what to bring. What are some of the things that you think a new truck driver should bring with them when they first come out here? What kind of expectations should they hold as far as pay is concerned, as far as like attire, presentation, and what they should actually bring with
attire is just regular, like whatever, and would you? I have my laptop to like watch videos and go online.
So bring something for entertainment.
And good cell phone, like good for good coverage. Let's see, I have what to bring out on the road. Let's see, to bring out on the road, just clothes for the like I went home just recently. I brought all my shorts, tank tops. Put them away, and I brought some hoodies and long sleeve shirts because October's coming. So
yeah. Hygiene, things of that nature, things to take showers.
Yeah, take a shower and deodorant and things like that, just to brush your teeth. I mean, I see people brushing their teeth and cutting their nails in the regular bathroom there. I mean, I do all that when I'm doing my shower in the morning or the night or whatever. I do all that, like brush my teeth and shave or whatever. And
yeah. So is there before we wrap this up, is there anything you want anybody to know? Any shout outs you want to give out there?
Well, I'd like to give a shout out to JBG Travels.
Hey, I appreciate you being on today. Thank you for coming out again. Rock Doc Trucker TV.